Canada has been coming of late. Let's go to Toronto. Chris in Toronto. Good to have you, Chris. How are you?
Yo, what up, Jim? Hey, I went back and listened to that call from Alan yesterday, and he definitely said, yeah, I don't know what the heck he said. Listen, anyway, from Vancouver to Ottawa, you're welcome. From the 6th all the way over to the shiny, up-and-coming dome of Rick and Buffalo, you're welcome as well. Listen, it's your boy Chris in the T-Dot and Matt in L.A. I know you heard what I just said, and you're rushing now to put down the plunger and pick up a line and come at me. And, Jim, I'm a little conflicted on this one. On one hand, please don't call. Jim, I know you love a good haiku, so, Matt, here's how we feel when Jim announces that you're on hold. Looking at the phones, let's go to Matt in L.A. No, dear God, no. That's 575 clones. But then on the other hand, on behalf of all the clones, please do call Matt, because there's nothing better than hearing the sound of a chopper. That is, unless Left is in it. Yo, Starker, I know that those ears of yours heard Jim's mandate of no studio storming, and that also includes hopping back in the chopper to gimmick your way towards another title. Hey, Jim, nice rundown of Left yesterday with the caveat that he's not a gimmicky little bitch, and then playing his calls, which were full of gimmicks. You can't make this stuff up. We had a few minutes of gimmicks, and the other parts are when he should have gotten run, so how is that not correct? What's next? Are you going to convince us that Silk isn't a narc or that Vic wasn't a one-call wonder? By the way, Alvy, when you get ready to do Vic's montage, make sure you always pull the calls from the day before the actual Smackoff, since for whatever reason, that's when he does his best stuff. Jim, I called in the other day and I told you, I know it's Smackoff season and folks are going to be coming for Canada. And wouldn't you know it, Dan in Denver called in and attacked my boy Matt and Van. Now listen, I know Matt can fight his own battles, but I went back to Stucknut to listen. And did someone who himself got run one year and then the next year come in 8th place, finishing above DA, who is probably still talking, and Mr. Wooden and Laconic himself, Jason Stewart, did that guy make fun of someone else's call? Bro, I went back and listened to your call, and I think Rome put you in 8th because he thought it was still Jay Stu talking. Rex in Albuquerque thinks you need to learn voice inflections. By the way, it's a good thing you like rap so much since LT is the one you'll be hearing on Smackoff Day. Lastly, Jim, Tuesday marked the 1-year anniversary when Kawhi touched every part of that rim. Mark in Hollywood, just mute me for a second, bro, and then come back, because this isn't going to feel too good. But that kept us moving forward toward that eventual chip. And guess which city is still the beautiful city of NBA champions? That's right, haters. And I know some of you guys hate to hear it, but America's hat still owns your fat, balding asses, so pipe down there. And to the JTP, I know I kind of upset some of you guys with my last call. So, Jim, I'd really like to take this time out to apologize to absolutely nobody. If you don't like it, if you don't like what I'm saying, turn down your station. But to everyone else and to my Canadian brethren, let's keep doing this. Bella B, you own the ATP, and soon we'll be running this whole thing. The hate is loud, the love is louder. Let's do this together. War Team Canada, war Canadian domination.
How about this? We now have ourselves, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, have we ever had a Toronto entrant in the Smackoff? I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. Hey, Nut, look that up. I'd ask James Kelly too, but Stucknut's got even deeper resources. I don't know if we have or we haven't, but we do have somebody now. Give him a golden ticket.
I got a golden ticket.
So now you've got Matt in Vancouver and you have Chris in Toronto. We have 2 Canadians representing. Tyler is kind of on the bubble. Tyler may need to play his way back in. Matt is a lock. Chris in Toronto has a golden ticket. So Chris can lose that golden ticket between now and then. But I'm here to tell you, some Canadian representation is a good thing. I've said this since day one. When we came on the air in Canada years and years and years ago, and we added several affiliates, the reaction was, man, it will never work there. Nobody gives a damn there about what Rome has to say. None of the Canadians are going to listen. They're not going to call. This show has been so much better with Canadian representation, going all the way back to the Canadian star linebacker back in the day. Matt makes the show better. Go ahead, Albie. The Canadian star linebacker. Yeah, don't do it. We don't play it anymore. Either way, if I'm not mistaken, I think that may have only been his second call. He knows the show cold, but I think that was his second call, and that's all it took. 2 strong calls, and now he's in the field. I mean, what if this guy comes out of nowhere and he rips it?
Oh, Canada, out.
Looking at our records, Tim in Toronto back in 2002. I'm not going to lie. Whoever the hell that is. So you're not the first, but you are in. I'm telling you, this is how this thing plays out. This guy could shock the world. Out of nowhere, to get the ticket, to get in the field, to get on the air. Maybe he goes off 30-1 and shocks the entire world. I've seen stranger things. Narc Bra won it once. You never know. All right, I like it. There is a golden ticket, and not only a golden ticket, but to Canada. Not only to Canada, but Toronto. Come and get yours.